Well, y'all ready for a rough one? Because September was a little rough. Let's just no delay here. Just getting into it. Okay. September. Now, if you guys watched my last few Transfer Tuesdays, you know it was a decent income month just because it was a 3-paycheck month. So, since we always start with income at the top, I'm just going to explain again because there still is apparently some confusion. When I give my income on here, I am talking about take-home pay. That's after taxes have come out, after my 401k has come out, after my health savings account has come out, and after my car insurance has been deducted. So this is take-home pay. So yes, I have car insurance. It's why you don't see it on my budget, but I also have already contributed to my 401k. I do a 7%, and my employer, because my employer matches up to 7%. 7%. It's not 100% match, but it's 100 up to like 3%, and then graduated match up to 7. It's usually $350 to $400 a paycheck. So since September was a 3-paycheck month, it was a bit more than that. I don't pay attention to the exact amount because that, to me, my 401k happens in the background, so I don't. Anyway, take home pay. W-2 is my biggest source of income at the moment. And for September, I had a goal of $6,500. I upped from my normal $5,360 just because I knew I had that third paycheck coming, and I wasn't sure exactly how much it was going to be. But I did work a shift rotation, which means overtime, shift differential, that kind of thing. So my actual take-home pay was $9,197. So I'm very happy with that, obviously. And then my next base income is my rental income, which, as you all know, I have one rental property. It's out in the Midwest, and this amount is the cash flow. So $734 is what I collect in rent. $66.06 is what the property management team keeps before they send me the rest, and then from that I pay the $208.70 mortgage, leaving $459.24 left over. Again, traditional real estate investors would subtract vacancy, maintenance, capex, and those kind of things, usually at 15 to 20% of the monthly take home, and actually call that value cash flow. But I am saving absolutely every penny of this. So I'm calling it cash flow, even though it's like 100% savings. And my rental property has its own separate bank account that this rent collects into, and the mortgage gets automatically debited from. So it's its own self-sustaining machine, and it's just building, saving up to use that money as a down payment for my next property. So anyway, goal $459.24, which is what I made this month. Luckily, there was no maintenance requests or anything like that, so that's great. And then YouTube, as y'all saw, I don't know if it was the first Transfer Tuesday of the month or the second one. Either way, I wasn't expecting anything from YouTube in September just because I thought it was like a month later you got the payout, and I did not hit the threshold for August, so I'm still confused at how I got paid, but it doesn't matter because I got paid $100.17, so I made the $100 payout threshold by 17 cents. Yay. It was a surprise. It's awesome. I now have a third income line in my monthly budgets, which is what it's all about, right? That's the whole point of me tracking my finances, is to get out of my student loan debt and earn as much passive income as I can to become financially independent. So every addition I can make to the income is obviously one step closer. So yay. All right, expenses. The first few are boring. You all know I pay $1,500 a month in rent. Electricity is normally $60. It was $57.65. Internet's always $40. Mohila, which is my student loan servicer. I have all federal loans left. It's the only debt I have left at this point. It's still at 0%, zero payment forbearance until January 1st. So I made no payments. Gyms, always $22.99. Netflix, $19.99. Y'all know I blow my groceries and food budget every month. I don't get mad at myself about it because I enjoy food, right? It's like one of life's pleasures. I like going out to eat. I like occasionally going out for a drink. I cook most of my meals at home, but sometimes I like to be a little bit more elaborate. Like, it is just me here, so I can cook up whatever I want. But anyway, I blow this budget every time, and this month was no exception. 450 was the budget. 770.17 is how much I spent, which I don't know how or why. But you know what? I did spend a week traveling. Not quite a week, but maybe like 4 or 5 days traveling. I went on a camping adventure by myself to a very touristy area in the state of Maine, and it was amazing. And I took myself out to breakfast, and not that that breakfast was expensive, but I think I bought coffee like there and back. I don't know. Also, fun fact, I've started dating somebody. Like, I know, wow, it's been a long time. If you knew me in my personal life, you would be like gasping. I know. Anyway, so in the process of dating, it's been like more out to eat than normal, and more drinks than normal, obviously. So that's part of it. But anyway, whatever, it is what it is. Gas and car wash. Like I said, I did go on a camping adventure up to Maine. It was quite a long drive, so I spent quite a bit in gas. Also, to visit said new person I'm dating is like extra gas as well. So I budgeted 100, but I spent 160.70. So not terrible. Whatever. Chiropractor. I forgot to mention in my October budget. I said it at the beginning, but then I never followed through with it later on. I have removed the chiropractor from my budget going forward. So what I've done, especially once they announced the student loan forgiveness, and it was like adjusted gross income needs to be less than 125, and I looked at mine, it was more than that, and I was talking with a coworker. I was like, what the heck? And he was like, oh, girl, you need to bring down your adjusted gross income. You need to like contribute more into your health savings or whatever. So I was like, oh, I never even thought of that. Not that I cared. Like, no matter what, I made more than the income cutoff to receive any student loan debt relief. So whatever, I deserve to pay back my full amount because I took that full amount out in loans. So, but either way, going forward, I do want to bring down my adjusted gross income. So what I've done is I've upped my contribution to my health savings account to $100 a paycheck, and then I just use that account to pay for my chiropractor visits, which, I mean, if you guys have been watching my budgets, you know I budget $40 a pop, and I try to go every week, but I just haven't been. I've been going twice a month, mostly for the last several months, so it's been costing me about $80 a month. So I was contributing $40 to my HSA every paycheck just to cover that cost, but I've upped it to $100 per paycheck to more than cover that cost, to continue to build my health savings account, as well as help bring down my adjusted gross income. And I'm going to reevaluate that at the start of the new year as well, just because I think I want to contribute more. I want to contribute closer to the max. So once a fresh new year starts, and I'll know exactly, okay, I can contribute basically this much a month, then I'll up it. But for right now, I'm doing $100 a month. So chiropractor line item is going away for October and beyond. So, but anyway, I budget 160. I didn't spend any dollars out of pocket in September, but like I said, I did go. I just was using my health savings account contribution to pay for it. So nothing out of pocket, which is what I'm reflecting here. I hope that makes sense. Pet supplies, I budgeted 70 because I knew I needed kibbles and litter. And 72.40 because I also bought a toy. Massage, 115. I didn't get to go in September because I was on shift, and then I went camping, and my masseuse went to Italy and got COVID. So no massage in September. So sad. It's okay. Investing, I always try to invest $100, which I I put 100 in my Roth and $40 to Bitcoin because why not? It was real down. It's real down. Everything's real down. So buy when it's down, whatever. Obviously, I consider Bitcoin like throwaway money. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Anyway, $50 is my donation budget. I did donate $50 to Layla, obviously. Many of you know her channel. Many of you have come here from her channel. Her channel is Debt Over It, Personal Finances with Layla, who's been on her student loan journey. She should be debt-free as long as the federal forgiveness that was announced actually goes through. Apparently there's tons of states that are appealing it at this point. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see what happens with that. Savings, I was hoping to save a minimum of $3,000 towards my student loan savings. But if y'all saw Transfer Tuesday's video this week, I ended up being able to save $3,600 for the month of September. Thank you to that beautiful third paycheck. I am so happy with that. I'm not totally caught back up as I showed in this week's Transfer Tuesday video. I'm still like $2,100 behind schedule for the year, but feeling good about this last quarter of the year. So September definitely helped get me back closer to being on track. So I'm very excited about that. I was very much looking forward to that. So yay. Spending. I set a budget at $500, which is more than my normal $300, but that's because I knew I was going camping and would have to pay for the campsite and the park pass and all that. But I actually ended up spending $860.32. And as you can see from my note, that's camping. Plus, I just bought a national park pass while I was there. It was like $80 for a year pass, or I could have paid like $30, I think, just to stay or to visit the park the 3 days I was there camping. I went to Acadia National Park, so in case anyone's wondering. So I just ended up buying the national park pass for the year. Hopefully, that means I'll be traveling more this year, and I really do hope to. So anyway, I also bought a haircut. Not that it's obvious. I had like my Easy Pass, my toll booth pass, get auto debited. I bought some warm clothes. Y'all, New England is chilly in the fall, and I don't have the strongest wardrobe because I just don't care about clothes, but I'm trying to. So I bought some like good quality pieces that I've been wanting for years that I know will last me for years and years and years to come. So yeah, I did spend a decent chunk on those, and I'm okay with it. It was like clothes at this point. I don't shop like fast fashion. That whole scene is yucky to me. Not only the environmental and like human health impact, but just adds waste to our planet that is unnecessary. So now when I buy clothes in the last couple of years, it's like quality, long-term durability type of clothing. So I'm okay with spending a little bit more for that kind of thing than just buying cheap, junky, throwaway clothes. So anyway, didn't need a justification, but there it was. Travel, I budgeted $320, and that was for a flight that I booked to Florida in December. The flight only cost me $280. I had tacked on another $40 for airport parking, but I'll cover more about that in a minute. Now, so as you can see, like I budgeted in total $6,500, just over. I spent $7,574 in total, so I was $1,100 over budget, but it's okay. I knew it was going to be a higher month. Besides, a good chunk of that came from the additional student loan savings I was able to set aside. So obviously not a bad thing there. And overall, it's still less money than I brought home, which is always the point. And of course, and some of that additional money went to sinking funds, which we're going to go to now. So debt, of course, just my student loans, all with Mohila. $160,700.22 left. My 2022 savings goal is $30,000 for those. I ended August with $21,635 saved. And of course, in September, I added the $3,600 for a current total. Plus it was like $36 of interest that the account grew in September, which is pretty good. This particular account is a Capital One 360 money market account that is at 2.2% right now. So I think that's pretty dang decent. So if you add that in as well, $25,299 saved for student loans so far. And remember, that always includes $4,800 saved over from last year. So I'm not under $5,000 left to go on my $30,000 goal. I need more than that. But anyway, if I were to apply that amount to my current debt, I would owe $135,401.22. Pretty good. I feel like it was just a couple months ago where I was like, yay, we're under the $150,000 owed mark. So it's coming down pretty steadily, which is what it's all about, right? That's why we work a high-paying job that we absolutely hate to get to the end goal faster. I don't advocate that for everyone. It is not good on my mental health, but it's what I'm doing because I plan to get out from under this debt at a breakneck pace to get away from this job and like never have to rely on an employer ever again. But just a little tidbit in case I hadn't mentioned any of that in a while, which I think I have, but there it is. All right, emergency fund. $10,000 goal. I ended August with $2,003. I currently have $2,405. I was able to add $400 to my emergency fund throughout this month, which you would know if you've watched my Transfer Tuesdays, and then it gained a couple dollars in interest. $7,595 to go. Whatever. Car, vet, and medical fund, $2,000 goal. I did not add anything. Travel fund. I would like to always have $2,000 in a travel fund. I started the month with $0 in there, but I put $50 in there to cover the airport parking when I do take that trip in December. And then my Roth 2022 started the month with $850 in total contributions. I added $100 this month. Forgot to mention that on this week's Transfer Tuesday. That was something else I did this past week on this final paycheck of September. Put another $100 in there. So clearly still way below the contribution limit. But y'all know that's like not a hot priority item for me, even though it would be nice to, because stocks are on sale right now, obviously. But now that we're done with the line items for September, overall thoughts. Spent a lot of money. But you know what? It can't be like all breakneck pace all the time, even though I would like it to be. Just because that's me. Like, I'm very goal oriented. I'm an Aries. I'm very get it all done kind of person. So I'm always striving for balance between holy crap, I hate my job, I need to get out of here so freaking quickly, as fast as I possibly can, but at the same time, like, I need to slow down, enjoy life. I'm not gonna be able to walk away from this job for a few more years, so I need to enjoy myself along the way, because it's not worth being miserable all the time over your goals. Mostly, sure, but I don't know. There's a balance, y'all, and I'm trying. That's all. Now we'll go to the big spreadsheet so that I can show you guys some progress. So here is my overall tracking spreadsheet for the whole year. As you can see, it's broken down by incomes at the top, my rental property and its self-sustaining process stuck in the middle there, and then my expenses, and I just mark them as paid each month as they get paid. So over here is my student loan chart. As you can see, yay, September was a solid month, $1,100 more than my $2,500 a month goal, but I'm still down $2,100 for the year, not including the final 3 months, of course. This is just January to September so far. So $30,000 goal, $20,400 saved from this year, $9,600 to go. I'm hoping I can cover at least, I'm hoping obviously to hit that target, but also to get as close as I can throughout the next 3 months. And as I've mentioned in the last couple videos, I do feel hopeful just because I know I'm working holidays in October and November and shift rotations in October, November, and December. So it should be decent income-wise over the next few months. I don't know as though I'll get to the full $30,000, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to be damn close, and that's still going to be a huge chunk of savings for 1 year. That's insane. I used to only make this much money, and now I'm able to save this much money on top of all of my living expenses and spending. Like, that is just such an astronomical shift from where my life used to be, that it's just, no matter what happens, it's amazing. Amazing. I feel hopeful. And that, y'all, the only way I've been able to do this is to keep my expenses tight. Yes, I blow my groceries and food budget every month. And yes, some months, like this one, I spend more than I mean to, but I feel like as long as I'm still, for the most part, hitting my goals, and as long as my net worth continues to go up month over month, like you can see from this chart here, then I'm doing okay. I'm doing the right things to move myself in the positive direction. So ultimately, that's what matters. And ultimately, that's all you need to focus on. But I'm obviously just like is this type A personality to like have such aggressive spreadsheets? I don't know. I think so. It doesn't matter. Now I'm just ranting. But anyway, so expenses. As you can see, like I said, I keep my expenses tight. I have rent, electricity, internet, Netflix, and gym. Car insurance is automatically deducted, and I'm now using Mint Mobile, so I pay $180 one time per year. Covers the whole year and eliminates a monthly bill. I feel like keeping expenses short, small as possible is huge when it comes to being able to get ahead, because you can only, like, the more you decrease your expenses, obviously the more money you're going to free up every month to either throw at debt, throw at savings, throw at investing, whatever it be. So I am diligent in not adding monthly payments. Like, I don't feel the need for Amazon Prime and 4 other subscription services for watching TV. Like, it's just not things that bring me value. And if I had an Amazon is like just extra spending that doesn't need to be a part of my life either. I think it's silly. Like, I've never had Prime, and things seem to get here within 2 or 3 days anyway. Yeah, it's not a big expense over the long year, but you know, it's all those little things that add up. So this is just a side note. It has nothing to do with my budget, but I just, like, I put my money where my mouth is, basically, when it comes to believing in keeping your monthly expenses low so you can keep your spread high when it comes to, here's my income, but this much of it's dedicated to my expenses, so I have this much left to dedicate towards debt, investing, whatever. You gotta kind of squeak things in somehow, right? So anyway, where was I? Yes, so September. What I wanted to really talk about here was the asset. Why did you just do that? The asset column. Now, my net worth, like I said, just looking at the chart, it continues to go up every month, which is obviously what we want. And so I just track all of my sinking funds here. This real estate row is what that separate real estate account that I told you guys about, where my rent gets deposited and the mortgage gets debited from goes up every single month, which is great. I haven't got my rent check for October deposited in there yet, which is why it's still the same. But I mean, that's growing. I'm happy about that. I just ended up plugging it in there this month. I didn't have it in here last month just because I was like not really thinking about it. But obviously, it is an asset of mine since it's a savings account and it is growing. And then the next line down is my rental property. So what this value is my appraised value of the property when I bought it minus what I owe left on the principal of the mortgage. And so that, as you can see, has gone up by about $50 a month, which is the portion of the mortgage payment that goes to the principal. If you guys saw this week's Transfer Tuesday video, I did an extra $100 mortgage payment straight to principal. So it went up from September to it didn't technically clear into the account, I think, until like September 30th, whatever. But it jumped from $11,562 to $11,715. So I'm happy about that. I want to try to do that every month that I have a 3 paycheck month, which should come around like twice a year, just to help shave off some years and several thousands of dollars of interest paid on the life of that mortgage. I do plan to have this rental property for a long time to come. I mean, obviously I don't know what the future holds, but it is a long-term investment for me. So paying extra to the principal, I think, will be a benefit in the long run. I know some people questioned that when I talked about it this week, but to each their own. Next one. So this is really what's dragging my net worth all over the place. If you look back at the chart, you can see it was better in March and then got worse in April, slightly better in May, slightly better in June. It's the damn stock market, y'all. As you can see, like my 401k has been up and down and all around. Like, despite, like I said, I contribute about between $400 and $800 a paycheck to it, or I think I said a month earlier, but no, it's at least $360 to $400 a paycheck. But it's still all over the place. It certainly hasn't grown by that much every month, and it's gone down. It just is what it is, right? So I am obviously continually dollar cost averaging into my Roth every single paycheck, but stocks are all over the place. So yeah, we're buying at a discount right now, which is great, and it will pay off in the long run, but that's what's making my net worth really fluctuate, since obviously everything else continues to go up every single month. Oh, same with the Roth. Obviously, that is not as much of an impact on my net worth just because its overall value is not as big, but also up, down, and all around, despite some contributions every month. FundRise went up by $18. Wicked good at math. So that's cool. Appreciation, dividends, all that good stuff. HSA. What happened there? I think I had to use it for something other than the chiropractor. I forgot what. Something at the dentist. Maybe I paid for a cleaning in August. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We're looking at September. So that, like I said, that should go up every single month now that I've upped the contribution in September. So it should grow despite using it for the chiropractor every month. So yay. Crypto, also all over the place. Who cares? Loan savings, that's the important one. Y'all, I had $7,300 in January, and now we're at $25,000. Woo! So that's great. That's what it's really all about, right? And that's it. That's everything in a nutshell. I'm gonna shut this off. I don't know. A good month for savings, not so great for spending, but I'm okay with it overall. That being said, I do still get questions about my rental property, how I bought it, where I bought it, all that good stuff. So if you guys did miss that, I will put the video right here for you guys, and I will see you over there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.